world. My name is Ashley Collins. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. The past 7 nights or so, it's I've had nightmares about, I'm gonna call them nightmares, not dreams. Nightmares about my ex-boyfriends, and it's legit been like the ghost of ex-boyfriends past. Like, I know that they're trying to teach me a lesson or something, but it's also like, this is my dreams. This is the only peace that I get throughout the day. Can you please exit out the door? You know? God, the first night that it happened, I was talking to my friend and I was like, oh, is that a sign that I should reach out to him? And then it started to like continuously happen. Literally, I've been having nightmares about guys I haven't talked to in like 15 years. And I'm like, I don't want to, there's a reason why I don't talk to you anymore. I don't want to see your fucking face. Please don't invade my dreams. But, you know, like, so I decided to step back and try to analyze why I've been having these nightmares. One particular nightmare, I was dating this artist, and oh God, it was so stupid. Oh my God. Because he was an artist and I was an artist. I am an artist. And when we first started talking, I was like, oh my God, we're meant to be because we're both creatives. We're both broken souls and who the man can't understand. Yeah, that didn't work out at all. But, so I was at my old place where I was staying with those 5 guys, and he was there, and we were having like legitimate conversations. It was definitely a lucid dream. And if you don't know what a lucid dream is, Google or sorry about that another day. But a lucid dream is basically where you're sleeping, but you're aware that you're sleeping. So like you get to control your dream. Very much similar to Inception, you know. So he and I were having conversations, we were talking, and the dream was lasting days, you know. We were walking to I had a little gas station around the corner from my place. So we walked to the gas station, and then we walked back to my house, and I fell asleep there. When I woke up and he was still there. And it happened for a couple of days. And then I was like, I would like to not be here anymore. And I woke up. It's very unfortunately, it's very normal for me to have nightmares. The average person doesn't remember 90%, 95. I'm gonna say that sentence all over again. The average person doesn't remember 95% of their dreams. That's normal. I am abnormal, and I remember every nightmare, literally. I have nightmares 95% of my sleeping state. Why is that? Why do we have nightmares? We have nightmares because of stress, outside stress. We have nightmares because the last thing that you look at right before you go to sleep as well. It's more often common in children to have nightmares, but for adults, it's kind of, so when you're sleeping, right? The part of your brain that's self-aware, that's processing logic, is sleeping, while everything else, the other part of your brain, I hope I'm pointing to the right directions, because I bet you a scientist is looking at that, and they're looking at this, and they're like, she's pointing to the wrong side, but she's right, guys. The other part of your brain, which is processing long-term or short-term memory, is still thinking, it's still cooking, it's still processing which information do we want to keep, guys, and which information do we want to throw away, right? And if you're constantly always thinking about your stress throughout your day, that part of your brain, which is processing those long and short-term memories, is going to manifest in your dreams. Does that make sense? I hope that made sense for someone. I did a lot of extensive research trying to make sense of it for myself. But yeah, majority of my life I've always had nightmares. A lot of the time in schools, you know, you have those dreams where you're missing a test, and most of the time it's because you're worried about that test. With me and my recent ex-boyfriend, he loved horror movies. He loved scary stuff. Oh my God, he loved watching scary stuff, especially right before we go to sleep, because that's what would put him to sleep, watching scary stories. So, I was kind of used to having nightmares. I'd wake up and I'd whine, and I'd look up, and then he's still awake at 5 o'clock in the morning watching someone getting gutted and bloodied. And I was like, okay, that makes sense why I heard these sounds. But now with him gone, the nightmares have been extremely unbearable to the point where I don't even want to go to sleep. Or I'm like, heavily medicating to fall asleep. Oh, that's another reason why we have nightmares. If you are heavily medicated, taking antidepressants, taking NyQuil before you go to sleep. I used to do that a lot. Not anymore now though. But And also, if you're smoking marijuana right before you go to sleep, some people don't dream, but some people do while they're intoxicated. Oh, drinking alcohol right before you sleep will definitely result in having nightmares as well. Um, or not, you just wake up with that super groggy feeling, you don't remember the nightmare at all. So how do you get rid of nightmares? I did some research and I've been practicing it myself. I'm better able to control them. I'm not going to say I haven't had a pleasant dream at all so far. But I can say that I'm more aware when I'm having one, and I'm trying to get better at controlling them. For example, so last night I had a nightmare that I was back at my alma mater, Florida State University, and they had built this. It was like a theme park, but I knew that I was at Florida State. And they had built this separate area for the students that had like a Publix, and they had a massive Walmart. And I was like, oh, this is so cool for the students, and they were allowing us to tour through it. But it was kind of like a what's those things at the fair, the like where you walk through and it's like those mirrors kind of houses. It was kind of like that. So we were walking through it, and it was like people were being tortured, but there was also different areas where you could like buy merchandise and stuff. And I went off to the separate other area, and there were offices, like admin offices. And so I went inside this little chute, kind of like a dumb waiter, but it was going down. And there was this other small little hole, and I went through it, but I was barely small enough to fit through it, and it was like dark on the other side. And I was like, I don't want to go down there. And I turned around, and this guy was standing up there, and he was like, that's where we have auditions. Just keep going down there and you'll find an exit. And I was like, but I don't want to go down there. Can you help me get back up? And he said no, and he shut the door on me. And I turned around into this darkness, and I couldn't move. And then I woke up. Um, I think oftentimes our dreams slash nightmares are trying to tell us something or trying to guide us somewhere, but we're too afraid to go there, you know? And I think that instead of being afraid of these nightmares, we need to embrace what it's trying to tell us. And I think that for me, that nightmare, and forgive me if I'm stretching, I think for me, that nightmare last night, it was telling me that I need to follow into that dark hole and not be afraid of it. And I wish I had gone. I wish I'd gone. Okay, back on the subject. How to side note, he would say that his friends hated when I did my little high voice. And I was like, first of all, like, why are your friends talking bad about me in front of you? First of all. Second of all, like, that's just the way I talk. Sorry if my voice annoys you. Okay, sorry. It's nice to smile about that now, though, because it really hurt my feelings then. Okay, how to control your nightmares. Look at the clock. So in order to lucid dream, if you are looking to lucid dream, okay, no, I'm gonna focus on one subject, then I'll go to the other. Look at the clock. So if you're having a nightmare, try to look at the time in your dream, and it's always incorrect, right? Or the clock will be spinning. That's how you'll know that you're dreaming. Look at a mirror. If you look at a mirror in your dream, you'll notice that your vision, your reflection is blurry. I'm gonna say that again. If you look at a mirror in your dream, you'll notice that your reflection is either blurry or it's backwards. That's how you'll know that you're dreaming. Excuse me, or that was so unladylike, sorry. Or you'll notice that you don't see anything at all. Cool. Something that I do that I got from Alice in Wonderland is I tell myself to wake up. And that's another form of lucid dreaming that you can do. But say out loud in your dreams, wake up, Ashley, wake up, or whatever your name is. Wake up repetitively. And then your brain will send a signal that, oh, something's wrong, boss. We need to wake up the body. Okay. Ask yourself out loud, am I dreaming? And someone the majority of the time will answer you yes. That's one of the coolest things. That's one of the coolest things about dreaming. If you learn to control your dreams, you can do anything that you want. You can do anything that you want in that dream world, but just try not to get stuck there, okay? Because that's a very scary feeling, especially when you were having days of that. Days will fly by in your dream, and then you wake up and then you get very disoriented and very confused. But yeah, try to control that dream. Try to fly. You know, I've flown several times in my dreams, and I think it's so cool. It literally feels like you're on an airplane, but like It feels like you're on an airplane, but there's like you can feel the sky running through you. You can like, and I tried to touch clouds before, and it's such an amazing feeling. Okay, what else? What else? What else? Check your environment, because sometimes in your dreams, like things structures won't be complete. You know, like it's kind of like Inception. I'm going to keep referring Inception, because like you're dreaming, building that dream world, but there's some places and spots that are missing. That's how you're aware that you're dreaming. Look at your fingers, okay? The amount of fingers, when you look at them, will be different. Sometimes you'll have 9 fingers, sometimes you'll have 8 fingers. So look at your fingers when you're dreaming in order to realize when you're dreaming or not. Try to push a solid object, and you'll find that it's not heavy. That you'll find that you can lift any object, or your hand will run through that object. Okay. Pinch your nose and hold your breath to see if you can still breathe, or to see that you're having a hard time breathing. If you try to hold your breath, you'll find that, you know, like when try to hold your breath now, and you feel that kind of pain in your chest. You won't have that when you're dreaming. Try to pinch yourself while you're dreaming, and you'll find that you don't have any pain either. There's a lot of don't try to do them all at once in your dreams. Try to like pick them one at a time every night. And cool. Something else that I do when I'm having a really, really bad nightmare is something that I was told is you're not supposed to die in your dreams. Right? And I think probably like maybe your parents or your grandparents told you this at all. You can't die in your dreams. There's something about that where it won't let you. So if I'm having a really, really bad nightmare, I'll find a building and I'll jump off of it. And with the majority of the time, 99% of the time, I will not hit the ground and I'll wake up. Another thing that I do is when someone's trying to run after me and try to kill me, which happens a lot in my nightmares. I get a lot of nightmares where someone's trying to kill me. I don't know why. We'll figure that out one day though, guys. If someone's trying to kill me, I'll just stop, and I'll let them like raise their knife. I'll let them put their hands around my throat, and then I'll wake up. Because like I said, you're not supposed to die in your dreams. Your body will wake up. Cool. So basically just do a reality check. And those are those reality checks that you can do in order to realize when you're dreaming or not. And then you can lucid dream and control that dream or nightmare. And then once again, what are you thinking of or reflecting on right before you go to bed? That's usually a result of what you're dreaming about. So make sure that you think of pleasant things. Don't be on your phone right before you fall asleep. I know it's very tempting to get in those Twitter arguments about the masks, but just put it down an hour right before you fall asleep. Think about something pleasant, listen to some pleasant music, drink some tea, you know, in order to be in that relaxed state. Lucid dream. Okay, how to lucid dream. I did a video before about my astral projection experiences, which is where it's a state where it's like I see myself sleeping, and I'm aware that my body is asleep. Oh fuck, I gotta clock into work. I'm aware that my body is asleep, but I can't move. And then like there's demons around me. But that's astral projection. That's a little different from lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming, like I said, is controlling your dreams. So how can I control my dream? How can I be the magician of my sleeping state? One thing to do is keep a journal and a clock. Okay? So a dream journal, you know, so right when you wake up, write down that dream, because usually 10 minutes into waking up, you don't remember your dream or your nightmare. So keep a journal and write down those dreams or nightmares. And then also look at the clock. Every time that you wake up, look at the clock and write down that time. For me, I usually always wake up around 4 o'clock. Usually 4:44, 4:48. So lately it's been like 3. I don't know why 3, but it's usually between the 3 and 4 hour. Okay. What else? Throughout your day, look at familiar objects. Okay, so if you want to look at a sock, look at that sock continuously throughout that day, and then you'll notice when you're dreaming. God, I'm sweating. Sorry, my mom doesn't keep the AC on. And then you'll notice in your dreams that you see that same sock, and that's another great way to lucid dream. Cool, cool. So, this is just a little bit of information to help control your nightmares. If you're like me, you have nightmares continuously throughout the night, and it's also being aware that it's just a dream. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to harm you, and if you do, be aware that having nightmares is putting stress on your body, especially when sleep is good for your body. You're supposed to sleep in order to reset, and relax and rest your body. And if you're having continuous nightmares, you're putting continuous stress on your body. And that's not good, because we want to live a very long time, right, guys? Right? Okay. Also embracing the fact, and I found this very fascinating, that artists tend to have more nightmares than most people. Creatives have more nightmares than most people. And this is a little fun fact for you. I'm sure you could probably guess this, but Lewis Carroll, the man who wrote Alice in Wonderland, as a result of a nightmare. So maybe you're having these nightmares, one, because it's trying to, your mind and your body is trying to tell you something. The universe, God, whoever, is trying to tell you something. Maybe it's trying to tell you to get away from something. Maybe it's trying to tell you that you're getting closer to somewhere. In order for me to send that message to you, I need to give you a nightmare. Or your mind is trying to tell you that you need to create something as a result of this, and make it marvelous, make it fantastic, paint something. Okay? Embrace your creative side, embrace your artistic side, and I need to clock into work. Bye, guys. See ya.